SmackDown has went off the air. Drew McIntyre returns from suspension already. Two men added to War Games and one woman removed. Viewers, fans, subscribers on a night of SmackDown where we saw Long Island IZ, Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona return to WWE SmackDown for the first time in a very, very long time. Now, Sean, he was on NXT. Yeah, we have not seen Zack Ryder, though, on WWE Raw or SmackDown in many, many, many years. I can assure you of that right now. But as we do at the top of every video on a Friday night following SmackDown, whether it be the night or the morning after, what was your thoughts, your review of SmackDown last night? We want everybody's opinions because without you, there is no show and view. Did you think it was hot? Did you think it was fire? Did you think it was sunny? Was it cloudy? Was it frigid? Was it cold? Did it leave you wanting more? Was it unexpected? Was it shocking? Did SmackDown leave you intrigued from 1 hour to the next? Speaking about SmackDown leaving you intrigued from 1 hour to the next, again, we need everyone's thoughts, comments, opinions. I want you to all type below in the comment section. Remember to hype up this video, donate below, click that bell, turn on all notifications. Because, ladies and gentlemen, according to the dirt sheets of the websites, at this hour, at this time, we are receiving word, big breaking backstage update on the future of SmackDown. But, viewers, I think the WWE have finally answered and finally listened to our cries as the WWE is returning to traditional Survivor Series matches at the Survivor Series. The 5-on-5, ladies and gentlemen, it is coming back. And then I said we have some breaking news on SmackDown, and is exactly what I'm going to bring to you. WWE SmackDown, according to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters, and according to WrestleVotes, is reportedly moving back to a 3-hour broadcast format starting with the first episode of 2026 next year. And according to a new report from WrestleVotes, WWE and USA Network have agreed to expand the show, with the change taking effect on January the 2nd, 2026. The first 3-hour show of the new year will be broadcast from the KeyBank Center in Buffalo, New York. This also mirrors the schedule pattern established in 2025 when SmackDown also ran as a 3-hour program for the first half of the year from January until the end of June before reverting to its traditional 2-hour slot. This new report seems to confirm a scheduled model hinted by WWE CCO Paul Triple H Levesque during an appearance on the All In Business Summit September. Levesque described SmackDown as a show that is 2 hours and half the year is 3 hours on USA. At this time, it was unclear if he was referring to 2025, but this new report suggests that the split year format is the new standard for the Blue Brand of SmackDown on the USA Network. Your thoughts, your comments, your opinion on all of that. But that simply is not all here on this star-studded episode where we do multiple videos a day around the clock and we never stop for you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this late night edition of WWE Report. And unfortunately, the news tonight is very sad, very emotional, and hitting the WWE Universe right in the damn gut. Just hours after SmackDown went off the air, WWE dropped a late night update as fans heartbroken, the locker room shaking, and even some top stars reacting behind the scenes. Stay tuned, because what we're hearing tonight, well, it's not good. As always, if you appreciate these late night grinds, you can drop a super thanks donation below or become a channel member today. It really helps me keep these nonstop videos coming, viewers, because believe me, only making $100 or $200 a month here on YouTube, pretty soon I'll be homeless. Pretty soon I'll be without a job. Pretty soon, guys, I've put over a decade. I put over 10 years into this. Well, Sean, go out and get a job. Well, you know what? This was my job. This is still my job. But yeah, I may have to go out. And I like how people say, oh, go get a real job. Well, YouTube is a real job. Go ask Google. Go ask YouTube Analytics. Go ask the people within it. It is a real job, but it's whether or not you can make the money to stand the test of time. But I just think I've put so much time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears over a decade into this. And YouTube, and I'm not saying it's my viewers' fault. It's not my fans' fault. It's not my subscribers' fault. It's damn sure not my channel members' fault because, again, you keep the show going, and I ain't going anywhere. I ain't leaving. I ain't quitting. But, boy, it's going to be tough. But let's get into it, guys. What happened after SmackDown? The fallout, ladies and gentlemen. It is being felt throughout the entire WWE Universe. Right after SmackDown ended, and here's what we're hearing. WWE internally issued a late-night internal notice to talent and staff regarding a very sad situation involving one of their performers. This was not announced on TV. This wasn't part of the script. This wasn't even part of the damn show. This came after the Blue Brand of SmackDown. Sources backstage say that WWE wanted to wait until SmackDown ended before delivering the news so it wouldn't overshadow the program, the angles, the storylines on WWE television. But now the notice has leaked. Now that it is leaked, fans are in absolute shock. It's not only the shock that the late, great Eddie Guerrero died in this month in November all the way back in 2005, and as sad and as traumatic as that is, we will never forget the late, great Eddie Guerrero, who died on November the 13th, 2005. While WWE has not officially confirmed the name yet, multiple insiders are whispering the same thing. The very sad news involves someone who has been dealing with issues privately, was expected to return soon, and is well-liked in the locker room. Some believe it could involve a health update, a family emergency, or even a career setback that WWE wasn't ready to reveal earlier. Some say this is referencing Kevin Owens. Some say it could be referencing Sami Zayn. Some say it could even be referencing the greatest of all times, John Cena. People close to them are hurting. This isn't storyline. This is real, according to one insider. And anytime you hear that, you know that this is serious. The late night message. According to the same reports, WWE sent out the following type of internal message late tonight. We are asking everyone for understanding and privacy. More information will come in the coming days. This is the exact type of language WWE uses when a situation is sensitive, emotional, potentially career-changing and altering, or directly affecting someone's well-being. This is not typical PR talk, viewers, fans, and subscribers. This is WWE telling their people something sad happened and we need to prepare. Fans on social media are already panicking. Hashtags started trending within an hour. Here's what things get very emotional, though, viewers. Very emotional. People backstage were described as quiet and visibly shaken after the news circulated. Several talent members reportedly left the arena without doing their usual post-show routines. And a producer reportedly said, tonight didn't just end how we expected. Everyone is just processing it. Some stars were said to be consoling each other. Others were on their phones nonstop asking for updates, whether it be a text or a phone call. This is not storyline energy. This is real life backstage concern. How this affects storylines moving ahead, going into the future. The sad truth about the situation is that it may affect upcoming plans, including a rumored storyline involving a returning superstar, a potential WrestleMania arc, a SmackDown angle that was set to continue next week, a backstage interview segment that was pulled last minute tonight on the Blue Brand of SmackDown on the USA Network. WWE probably made several small rewrites during the show because they were unsure how to address the situation on the air. Whether or not WWE reveals this publicly may depend on the family, the talent, and the emotional weight of what happened. But internally, everything changed tonight. Fans online are already connecting the dots and posting worried messages. This feels like really bad news. WWE wouldn't send out this kind of message unless something serious happened. Prayers are up for whoever this involves. The WWE Universe doesn't always agree on things, but tonight, fans are unified in sadness and concern. Several major wrestling journalists also reported that something significant took place after the show ended, being SmackDown tonight on Friday. Again, WWE has not confirmed the details publicly, but the reaction perhaps says enough. Now, what we know versus what we don't know. WWE sent a legitimate late-night internal notice. Talent and producers reacted with sadness. Plans for next week's show may change. WWE is preparing for a possible statement. We do not know whether this is a personal issue, a health scare, a career setback, or something even more serious, potentially being woven in or looked at as an angle or a storyline. Until more information is confirmed, we won't speculate on names, but multiple insiders are saying the same thing. This is sad, really sad, and it couldn't have come at a worse time around the Survivor Series. Now, SmackDown ended with excitement for the fans, but behind the curtain, WWE is dealing with something heartbreaking tonight. A very sad, very emotional late-night situation is unfolding, and we will stay on top of every update, every statement, and every backstage reaction as this develops overnight. If you appreciate late-night dedication, don't forget to drop me a super thanks donation below. Become a channel member today. Comment your thoughts below and hit that bell next to the subscribe button so you'd never ever miss an update from the Brash and the Brazen. This is Sean's View Entertainment, and I will be here all night if more news breaks, giving you the uploads, giving you the updates, and giving you the pivotal emotions, because here on Sean View, we believe in each and every one of you. And that is where we're at, and this is what I believe in, guys. Also, what did you think about the TNA Wrestling's Turning Point 2025? Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers. On top of that, is Drew McIntyre going to be arrested for showing up on SmackDown even though he was suspended? Even though the man was suspended, he's still supposed to be at home. He's supposed to be looking at the walls. The walls aren't supposed to be talking about him. Drew McIntyre shouldn't have been on SmackDown. He shouldn't be on WWE TV. His face shouldn't be shown. But Drew McIntyre broke in. He broke and entered tonight. And Paul Heyman and the Vision changed everybody's plans on the Blue Brand of SmackDown, as the world saw. Should Drew McIntyre go to jail? Should he be fed his bread and water? Should he be arrested? Should he be handcuffed? Ladies and gentlemen, your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on Drew McIntyre breaking all the rules and all the regulations. Now, we all thought he was going to take a break to film a movie. Well, obviously, Drew McIntyre had other plans up his sleeve. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, as we are bringing this up and as we are talking about it, we get into this update as Drew McIntyre ignored his suspension to make a shocking return. And Wesley returns as Desmond Xavier at TNA Turning Point and Rascals Reunion. Also, breaking news on a massive star being pulled from a huge wrestling contest, a huge event. According to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters at this time, Tessa Blanchard was pulled from the TNA Turning Point match earlier tonight. Also, Wesley's current TNA status after Turning Point return revealed online. More last time now matches for the tournament, ladies and gentlemen. More last time is now tournament matches and more booked for next week's WWE SmackDown on November the 21st. WWE officially releases new Zack Ryder merchandise after a surprise SmackDown return. You know it, bro. Also, Sami Zayn reveals he is officially medically cleared during WWE SmackDown tonight. Charlotte Flair pulls out a War Games match during SmackDown. Is this all due to the wardrobe malfunction where she has been punished? First, she had the wardrobe malfunction, the nip slip on SmackDown last week, which is what the world saw. We're still talking about it, bringing it up a week later. That is how significant and how important this was and how vital it was. And ever since then, Charlotte Flair has been in a downward spiral. She lost one half of her women's tag team titles, and now the punishment more as she has been pulled out of Survivor Series War Games. Also, former WWE LFG star showed up at TNA Turning Point, and TNA Wrestling is launching an investigation about the NXT invasion after Frankie Kazarian is now the TNA World's Heavyweight Champion. WWE Hall of Famer reveals shocking omission from his in-ring career. AEW Dynamite beats NXT in viewership for November the 12th, 2025. TNA Turning Point results, highlights, and key moments for November the 14th, 2025. Also, the former Gold Dust from the Attitude Era, Dustin Rhodes, reveals he'll undergo double shoulder replacement after his retirement in AEW. Mike Santana spotted backstage at TNA Turning Point after a no-show. Speculation. WWE is being accused. Yes, being accused after SmackDown. This could tie in with the sadness and the very sad news that is tying in with this headline of this video. This could be one of them. WWE accused of blocking Natalia's NWA match from airing amid title confusion. And that is definitely a title wave. Mike Santana's TNA status sparks WWE rumors after title loss and mysterious absence. Cora Jade targets accounts with DMCA takedowns for posting about her. Priscilla Kelly calls out fans for twisting her words after backlash over $30,000 NXT contracts. WWE accused of trying to take Braun Strowman's time slot after SmackDown expands to 3 hours. The WWE NXT viewership for November the 11th season increased after Obi Femi's return. Again, with WWE SmackDown set to return to 3 hours, are you for this or against this? And Nikki Bella responds to WWE fans chanting about John Cena leaving her. Again, your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Because if it's not brash, well, then you know it's never gonna last. Plenty more to come. Subscribe.